Mexico is holding its largest elections ever. They're also one of its deadliest. Mexico City. Mexicans go to the polls this Sunday in the largest elections Mexico has ever held, in sheer numbers of posts to fill. This has also become one of the most violent campaign seasons. Organized crime gangs are mainly taking the blame for the killings of 35 candidates so far. Every seat in the lower house of Mexico's Congress is in play, as well as nearly half of the country's governorships and thousands of mayoral and local legislative posts. President Andrés Manuel López Obrador is not himself in the running, but the midterms have become a referendum on his populist agenda. The elections also come as the coronavirus has taken a huge death toll and made a devastating hit to Mexico and its economy. Turnout will be key, and López Obrador is hoping for a big win for his political allies across the country, which will allow him to continue his self-proclaimed transformation of Mexico. Here's a look at what's at play in the Mexican midterms. What's driving the violence in the run-up to the elections? Organized crime gangs and drug trafficking cartels are growing in numbers and infiltrating further into politics in even more parts of Mexico. Politics and crime have long been intertwined in Mexico. The difference now is that you have a greater amount of criminal actors out there all trying to push into the state, which provides lots of points of frictions and causes and explains why the competition over the state has become so overly voracious these days, says Falco Ernst, a Mexico City-based analyst with the International Crisis Group. Mexican and U.S. officials estimate that now more than 200 crime gangs operate in Mexico. And crime gangs want their candidates in power so they can control police forces and institutions that might affect their trafficking or their ability to extort businesses. But politicians also use cartels to fund their campaigns so they can get themselves in power and manipulate local contracting to enrich themselves, friends and relatives. This election cycle is seeing more political parties, more politicians and more criminal gangs all wrangling for power. There have been hundreds of attacks and 35 candidates killed since last September, according to Intellect Consultors. If you add political aides, workers and campaign officials, the number rises to 89.